How's the real estate market? Easily my most frequently asked question, and I would say it certainly depends on if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. But it's August 1st, and so we just received July's numbers, so let's kind of take a 30-foot overview of what's transpired here in the Frisco, Texas real estate market. So our average sold price for the month of July was $804,000, with the average days on market being just under a month at 26 days. And then our list to sold price, meaning this is what the home listed for, here's actually what it sold for, was 98.7%, which is incredible for sellers. That's definitely exceeding the national average of what we're seeing in other markets. So things are still hot and heavy here in the Dallas market, and things are moving and grooving. There are two trends though that I'm seeing that I want to highlight. Is one, when we take buyers out, there is not a lot of homes on the market. We are at a 2.6 month supply. And what that means is if no homes were to come on the market, we would sell every home that were on the market in a 2.5 time period. The equilibrium would be a 6 month supply. That would mean it wouldn't be a buyer's or seller's market. It would just be even playing field. So with it being a 2.6 month supply, it's definitely still a seller's market versus a buyer's market. And there aren't a lot of homes for our buyers to choose from. So we're seeing two trends. One is that our buyers are gravitating towards turnkey ready. The homes that don't need a project are really pulling in great numbers and selling super fast. I think one of the reasons you're seeing that is because people don't have cash that they want to throw into a large project, right? Maybe they're putting more money down to finance less to help that monthly payment, but they don't want to walk in and say, I want to spend $35,000 day one of, the owning the property. The second thing we're seeing is that sellers are starting to make some concessions to the buyers. That was something that we hadn't seen in a long time, but I think with where rates are, a good example was yesterday we received a contract. We're representing the seller, and the contract price was over list price, but the buyer asked for a $10,000 concession. Now, why would they do that? Why wouldn't they ask for that off the top? Well, because asking for that concession actually kind of gives that money in their pocket versus just taking off the list price of what they're financing. And when you have that $10,000 to play with, you can get really creative on how you use that. You could use that to buy down points. You could use it to bring your monthly payment down. There's a lot of ways that you can skin the cat and get creative with how you're using that financial power to really bring down your monthly payment versus just what you financed over a 30-year term, because most likely you're not going to be in that home for 30 years. So that's where having a good lender really pays off, because there's a lot of strategy that goes behind structuring that loan. I would also say that agents need to be a little bit cognizant to the fact that when we pull the data, like the 98.7% that I just pulled, the seller's concessions don't translate in those numbers. So when we're pricing out homes for our sellers, we're doing our due diligence to really go in with a fine-tooth comb to map out what the homes sold for that are comparable, but also what concessions were made from a seller's perspective and what they contributed to the buyer. So that's something you definitely want to pay close attention to. Our team is here to help you with any Dallas area knowledge and facts that you'd like. We can easily pull those for you if there's a specific area that you'd be of interest. We are here to provide the knowledge so that you have the power to make the right decision.